Okay, bad boy coming at you with a big project today. We got the Jeep Liberty inside the garage here. Just have to say, heated garage. Yes, it's 24 degrees outside. Pretty big project. We're gonna put a Daystar 2.5 inch lift kit on this Jeep Liberty, 2005 Jeep Liberty. It's not going to be so much of a how-to. It's probably going to be more of a before and after. Because like I said, I need an assistant with a camera and all that, and I don't have time for all that. And I don't have an assistant. But I will show you. We're going to knock loose this upper A-arm. Take off the sway bar link over here. And we have one pinch bolt right down there at the bottom of that strut. We've got, you see I lost my bump stop, I guess is what that is. But the 4 bolts for the top of the strut on the driver's side is underneath the battery and all this. So I'm fixing to take out the battery. Then on the other side you have to take off the air box, which is pretty easy. There are several videos, well, at least a few videos out there explaining all that. I'm not going to do a how-to for that reason. There's some good videos out there. But I will show you something here. Here's the box. We got some shock covers. Yeah, we got that. We got the front spacer that's going to go in there. We got the rear spacer. We have new, this is the only part I was concerned about, a new strut tower, what do they call that, strut tower mounting plate, and you have to transfer the studs, the bolts over from the old one to the new one here. That's not going to be a problem. I will go get a spring compressor to compress that spring. I've done something like this before on my truck, on my Dodge Ram. I put a leveling kit on it years ago, and it was more complicated than this. So I'm getting a late start in the afternoon, but we're going to get her done. Stay tuned. I may show some highlights if I run into any problems. Hopefully I have it done later this afternoon. Take care. Okay, making major progress. You can see in here, yeah, you can see. Got it all apart. Got the upper control arm loose. The strut came out. Unhooked the, had to take the brake caliper off, even though the instructions said you didn't need to do that, but to get enough room for the A-arm to drop down and get the strut out, you have to do that. And disconnected the sway bar. You see it right there. Disconnected the sway bar. Like I said, it's not a how-to, but just in case somebody Googles this and looks this up, I want to show you. There's the strut. There's the stock plate. The problem I'm having, I done got it figured out though. This plate and these studs right here. You need to press them in, press them out. Well, bad boy don't have an official press. I was able to get one. You can see right here. This is the new strut plate, as they call it. And let me show you what old bad boy did. I put it over here in a vise that's not even bolted down. Had to dig this out of my shed out there. And anyway, I put the strut up here in the vise with a socket, and I was able to press the stud out. And I was able to tap the new stud back in just a little bit until it was able to bite, get a little bite. And then I just tightened it up with that nut right there and it pulled it in. If you're working on this, it'll make more sense. You know what I'm talking about. Obviously, if you have a press, which I don't, it'll be a whole lot easier. But I'm going to get a spring compressor now. I do need one of those to take that spring off. And got to take a few other pieces off and put it all back together. So I don't see any major problems. You know, people are having issues with this. I'm not having any issues. So stay tuned. See you. Here's the new strut plate. I pressed these studs in there. I pressed them out. Here's homeboy style. Maybe this will help some of you guys. I'm going to put it in this vise right here. I took them out the same way. Stick them in here. Got an assistant. That's my granddaughter. I just want to show you what we do here. Get you a leverage, get you a cheater bar. Start easing it in there. This is not my normal workbench. I had to dig this vise out of the barn, like I said earlier. But it is bolted down now, where it wasn't earlier. Just trying to tip over everything. That's my granddaughter saying, "Bad boy." Can you say "bad boy"? I know you can't see right here. Shine over here for a second. But it's starting to go in. We're almost done. You'll hear it pop when it goes all the way in. There it goes. Hear that? I'm going to give it another little snug. And there we go. All right, hang on. Now look right there. It's in there as flush as it can be. That's how you do it, bad boy style. Okay guys, here's the after. Daystar 2.5 inch spacer lift on a 2005 Jeep Liberty. As you can see, it sits pretty much level. Some guys say on the rear to take out the factory spacer, to leave in the factory spacer plus the Daystar spacer. I didn't do that. I didn't want the ass end jacked up higher than the front end. That's one of the reasons I put a lift on it. Turned out pretty good. It was a pain in the ass. This is not just a bolt-on kit. Major trouble getting the strut assembly on the front back in the vehicle after installing the Daystar spacer kit. Sorry. Drove about 30 miles to get a front end alignment today. The toe end was way off. I had to loosen the lower A-arms, lower control arms, to get the strut to go back in there. Major pain in the ass. I imagine it would be the same no matter which lift you go with, because you're going to have to adjust those lower control arms. It'd be worth it to pay somebody a couple $100 to install it, because this project started 1 week ago. This is a week later, and you see it, but it sits nice and level. I think it looks pretty good. Front end looks a little higher at that angle. My driveway may not be 100% level. Anyway, project finished. As far as that goes, oh, I had to get a new windshield. I don't know if I put that in the earlier video. Still got some issues. Got to get that tape off there. The windshield company honored their warranty. When the windshield cracked for no reason, they gave me a new one. But overall, I think it looks good. We're going to get some bigger tires and different wheels for it to bring the wheels out to match the fenders. That's if I keep the vehicle. So stay tuned to Project Bad Boy.